Welcome to Galgotia University e-content platform. I am Dr. Shivendu Kumar Rai, Assistant Professor in Department of Mass Communication. Today, I am going to present a topic from course that is International Communication for BA in Journalism and Mass Communication program. So, today's topic is International Flow of Communication, under which I am discussing Introduction of Information, definition of international information flow, elements of international information flow, factors of international information flow, growth of international information flow, free flow of information, some question related to international communication, and last conclusion. Before understanding information flow, it is important to know what is information. So, there are different perceptions of the meaning of the term information. In Medieval Latin, the term informatio referred to depiction, introduction to information. In classical French, the singular one information referred to the gathering and processing of information or evidence. In a judicial inquiry or court case, colloquially, information is associated with news, knowledge, facts, figures, data, intelligence, and idea. One also hears about good or useful information. What the more information? However, Taylor in 1997 points out that information in itself is nothing but raw material similar to coal, iron, or gold ore. Hence, the mere positions of information makes no difference. It is what one does with information which ultimately determines whether it is valuable or valueless, useful or useless. In transformed to knowledge, this transformation process from information to knowledge usually involves a consequences human mind that perceives, appreciates, and interprets. Now talk about definition of international information flow. Some scholars say the international flow of information is defined as the movement of information and message across the boundaries between two or more cultural systems or nation state. Hence, there is the national dimension that refers to information flow between cultures. However, it is in particular the international dimension, that is the flow of information that ignores the traditional borders of nation state that has led to the far-reaching changes. According to Frederick, in 1993, the term flow could, however, be misleading since it might create the impression of an orderly process, that is, of a tranquil stream flowing peacefully through economic, political, and social landscape. In contrast, it is rather the case that the international flow of information is characterized by combination of rapids, floods, and ebbs. There is also little evidence of equality in this flow. In some places, the stream is strong and broad and deep. In other places, there is scarcely and trickle. If we talk about the elements of information flow, then many elements of information flow have been described in different ways. According to Maulana in 1997, international flow of information should encompass the following: the role of newspapers, magazines, books, technical and scientific journals and news agency in international information flow, and in particular the international flow of news and scientific knowledge. The role of international radio and television as well the most important channels in this form of information flow, namely direct broadcasting satellites, the role of film and videos, and international marketing of these forms of culture flow, postal communication, telecommunication, as well as digital network and communication channels that make these forms of international information flow possible. Computer communication such as internet, transborder data flow of the satellite and planetary channels and resources associated with these. Social and human forms of data flow such as migration and tourism, as well religious and other form of contact that transcend culture and national boundaries. Educational, artistic and cultural forms of interaction such as academic conferences, a student exchange program, international music and cheer competitions, choice competition, diplomatic and political forms of international flow that include interaction between diplomats and other government officials, military conferences, and other forms of exchange of military information, the activity of international organization. Now talk about growth of international information flow. In last 2 decades, a change and growth in the international flow of information has been marked. The major reason behind this are the development of modern information and communication technologies and their use and impact of nature and content of the information. The increased awareness of nation-state institutions, group and individuals in the importance of information flow. Next is the increased number of international and transnational actors such as political, social and economical in all aspects of the international flow. Next, the growing interest in comparative cross-culture as well public opinion. Now talk about free flow of information. The free flow of information is the Western concept by which almost as Western countries rationalize the operations of their media and information agency, both in their own countries and abroad. The term means that any person or persons and or any organization or any organizations can own the operate any media or information agency, gather any information and disseminate the same if they so desire to any target audience wherever and whenever they want. Further, the ownership of the media or information agencies should be restricted to a certain category. The gathering of the UA facts and information, their dimension should be unhindered. He concept is basic to the history, culture and life of the liberal capitalistic Western society. Any changes to this concept of rejected on grounds that it is the undemocratic, inhuman and even uncivilized. The philosophy of free flow resulted in the consolidation of the centers of information gathering and dissemination in the Western countries. The socialist and the third world countries could see that they are not being presented objectively in the Western media. significant happening in their countries were paid scant attention, and whenever done, those were only half truths colored by the Western perceptions. Thus, a very awkward situation developed in the world due to the concept of the free flow and operations of the international network in the third world countries. Slowly, this situation got centralized, and leaders of the third world countries endured the situation as were unable to take a step of change the situation. The third world countries had no infrastructure or active network to make a difference. Talk about factor of international information flow. Different scholars of international communication has given various factors on which of the process of international communication depend on, such as first one, ownership. The production and distribution of international information depends on the ownership pattern of the media houses, such as it can be divided into three sectors, that is public, private and mixed sector. Next is control. In the production and distribution of international information flow, the aspects of control is by far on the most significant variables in its complexity and measurements. Third is economic resources. It is also an important factor of international information flow, as it is income and capital on which the production of content is depend on. And last one is content. The information and distribution of information flow depend on the availability of the content. That is, if there is no news, then what will you generate or supply? Information flow is a topic of discussion. A lots of questions have been asked on this topic, but this question is very important for academic point of view. Question is, what is an international communication theory? Answer is, international communication theory modeled in the age of modernization, mainly around the push of technologies, reveals of the imbalance in global media images in Portiel's analysis media imperialism of global conglomerates, investigates culture effect of mainstreams through internationally transmitted media. I am concluding this lecture on this note that discourse on the notion of the free flow of information emerged during the Cold War, when the international community was characterized by the bipolar division between capitalism and socialism. Viewpoint on international communication as both a positive and a negative force are reflected in the discourses. The conclusion can be drawn that theorizing and discourses on international communication reflect both optimistic and pessimistic view of effect of global information flow. However, it can be assumed that each issue of agency should be kept in mind when this effect or considered. There exists sufficient evidence that the governments of nation state, societies and all individuals can make decision and take action that can enhance the positive effect of international flow of information and counteract of negative effects. Such a step should in future become an integral part in discourse on international flow of information. For further references, please refer to this reading. That's all for this lecture. I hope this lecture is helpful for you. For any queries, please email me on this given email address.